Glad to have you along from Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. A staple of the college football environment. Color-coordinated schemes in the stands. A stripe out today. Students, alumni, all fans have band together to try to make life miserable for these visitors. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Utah Utes. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Rice-Eccles Stadium is nestled at the bottom of the Wasatch Mountains. This is a gorgeous college football season, but it has also seen a lot of great sports history. Home to the opening ceremonies for the 2002 Winter Olympics, it will host opening ceremonies again in 2034. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. So Utah's headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Buying a little time to his left. Complete on the left to Smith. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
The receiver on the jet sweep. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. And the Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Throwing St. Clair. Out wide left, it's Jackson. Stopped right there. Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Sets his feet. It's St. Clair. Rolls right. Throwing on the run. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. St. Clair converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll run for it. It's Parker. At the 35, he's got room. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Trying to establish the run. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the snap, it's Denson. Fires into traffic, picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The handoff. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left, have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
Out wide right, it's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Ohio State. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And how about this offense? Man, they must have used fall camp perfectly. Coming out firing on all cylinders, smooth, in a rhythm. Great start to the year by this offense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The Utes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Running inside, it's Parker. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. He's got 47 yards rushing already. You want to talk about establishing the running game. They're doing that in the season opener. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Parker. Defense played the wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He'll pitch it. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
3rd and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Left side is Spring. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the Utes are rolling down the field. The run inside. It's Parker.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good...
Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football. No PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Right side, it's Andrews. Offense has gained momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Timeout called by the Utes. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So after the break, they'll go back to work. This quarterback part of their running game. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Let's talk for just a minute here about Utah. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program.
Touchdown, Utes! Made the grab in the end zone for 6. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. Now here's Tavian St. Clair. Makes the grab. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
I like that play call there. 3rd and short, QB goes under center. You got the back in the backfield, and everybody's thinking it's going to be a run play. Instead, you throw the football when the defense isn't expecting it to keep your offense on the field.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They go play action with St. Clair. Fires to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Smith. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Maybe some room here. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Right side, it's Jackson. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Man, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation.
Looking for the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Buckeye. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Wide receiver going in motion. They want to run this quarterback. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Second and long here. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. They'll need a bunch on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Handoff for Parker. Driven back.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They need a huge play on third and long. He's open on the right. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And the fan bases in the South, they're pretty crazy. They're pretty psychotic. They follow recruiting. They follow the transfer portal. And they've been following this cat right here. Like, big-time receiver, joining this league, joining your team. Expectations, Palmer, they're high. And you see why on that play. Dude's got some skill.
Yeah, he's big time, man. Listen, I'm not going to say this guy was flying under the radar before, but now he's going to become a household name playing wide receiver in the SEC. This is a conference that not only pumps guys into the NFL, people win Heisman trophies playing wide receiver in this conference, and this team thinks this guy's got an opportunity to be there in New York at the end of the year.
He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Stepping to the right. Complete downfield. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have one left. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just
got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Utah! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tavian St. Clair. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Release to the back. Out wide right, it's Jackson. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
The Buckeyes, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. St. Clair. Got his man. Got room at the 35. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. St. Clair. He's got the tight end. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Final timeout called by the Buckeyes. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Motion from the wideout. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Drops back on 1st down. Right side, it's Brake. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for 1 final play in this half. This is a designed run. Got enough for the 1st down. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at UTEP taking on the Marshall Thundering Herd. And it's the Miners able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the 2nd half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Well, after not getting a thing done on 1st down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. They'll move the wide receiver. Pulls it. Sees some running room. Oh, it's a fumble. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls off.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. right at the line. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's 4th down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the direct snap, it's Parker. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
The Utes getting set on 1st and 10. Making the adjustment on the play. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Pulled to the ground.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
That's the story today in this game. The coverage defensively has been so good. They seem to always be in the back pocket of these intended targets, and they swat another pass away incomplete.
And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking for room, it's Jackson. He's got enough. At the 45 on his way. There he goes. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. The Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Tavian St. Clair. Buying time to his right. Back's got it. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the 2nd half. You drive it down the field, and you scored. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. QB got it himself. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Fresh set of downs going up top. Unloads it downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Rush right in his face. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Look out! And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And we've already seen him make splash plays in this football game. He got the interception, the big pick earlier, now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, and doing the most important thing. When you get there, get home, and get him on the ground. He's got a pick, and now he's got a sack.
Punt is in the air. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Follows a good block there, picks up 3s out to the 9. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On the run, it's Cross. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Wide receiver comes in motion. Throwing St. Clair. Move to his right. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And finally getting home and getting the sack. This quarterback, his jersey's not even dirty. We're in the second half. We're behind. We got to find a way to create some momentum plays. That's step 1.
The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quick give. It's Jackson. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. St. Clair throwing right. And the 3rd down pass is knocked away by the D.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary, catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. On 2nd and 10, a 4 wideout set, trips right. He's going to run it.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
Quarterback keeper. Turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Utes. Somehow they fought all the way back, headed to one-possession game.
Man, I'm a good play caller when I got a guy like this at the quarterback spot. Like, he's so adept at seeing where the space is, finding it, breaking through it. And Palmer, this isn't the first time he's made a play today.
No, you're right, David. And it's got to be frustrating for the defense because they knew with his running ability he was going to get his touches, and they knew they had to be able to slow him down from running the football, but they haven't been able to do that. When you've got speed like this guy has, and you can throw it the way he does, he just causes so many problems for you as a defensive coordinator. This guy is going to be a problem for any defense that faces him this season.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
On the move. Swamped immediately.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Parker. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Direct snap. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Parker again. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo.
They'll have a first down here. Week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throw him the football. That's when he catch it, big fella.
And the Utes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Snap in the shotgun. On the move. He'll try to do it himself. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
Defensively, I think you have different strategies for these situations. The clock is your friend, right? You want that thing to tick. You're up in the fourth quarter, but you don't want to sit back and prevent, because you've heard the saying, you really just prevent yourself from winning.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Using his feet. Nice move to keep running. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done right.
The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time, likely their final drive. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Looking for the edge. He'll toss it. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Quarterback changing the play. Fourth down, gotta have it here. He'll take a shot. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Utah!
And it's decision time now because you score the touchdown, you're down 1 late. Do you want to just kick the extra point, tie it up, hope for overtime? Or do you go for 2? Do you get aggressive? Do you trust your quarterback if he has to throw it here to find an open player and give you the lead, even though there is still going to be some time left on the clock?
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive.
Number 17, set to hit this moment.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. St. Clair unloads to the wideout. Nearly intercepted.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Out wide left, it's Smith. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. The Buckeyes come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Wants to throw one first. They'll run the screen. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Late in the game, they've got the lead. They know the opponent's going to throw the football to all areas of the field. That time in the middle, he was right there. Almost came away with that interception.
Throwing St. Clair. Under pressure. Caught. Got 7 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 3.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Now here's Tavian St. Clair. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play.
Well, that play never had a chance on fourth down. They're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on fourth.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Looking to throw, it's Denson. Still looking to his right. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have one left. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Hits inside. It's Bray. There he goes. He's past the marker. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Snap on first down. Wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Keeps it on the option.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
They'll call timeout with 9. Left on the clock. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it's no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. St. Clair throws to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
Moves the pocket. It's St. Clair. Going for the big play. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. In just just to refresh everyone's memory. Alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Tavian St. Clair rushes on. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They strike first in the extra period. Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. On the move. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Loss of 2. Second down going up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, running back gets to give. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
3rd down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. Changing the routes with his receivers. To the air, it's Denson. Fires to the right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
Tough run here. It's Parker. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Boy, he's over 100 now at 102 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. 2nd down to the air. Incomplete, going for the touchdown, but instead I think they're going to have to wear a penalty. Third and goal here in overtime, and they need a touchdown. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Finds his target. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
4th and goal, and this is the ball game. The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime. Defense gets a stop. It's over. 4th and goal. Moving to his left. And the pass is incomplete on 4th down, but hold on just a second. We've got to see what the flag's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty.